I'm Mohammed Abdullah Alsharif. I'm from Saudi. I'm 20 years old. This is my second time living in Newcastle per se. I was born in Newcastle. My dad before me was an international student. He did his masters and PhD. We stayed for 7 years and then went back to Saudi. And now here I am, full circle. Hopefully it doesn't end here though. I feel like compared to Saudi per se, it's gonna be the same physics. Physics is not gonna change anywhere. But it's more of the perspective they give you, the philosophy behind the engineering, the experiences that the lecturers have. Some of them are working with really cutting edge in the field, one of the leading experts in certain fields. My last year had some of my lecturers working with NASA, and we don't get this exposure, let's say, in our countries. So it's nice to have this exposure with these specialists. And to be fair, especially with civil engineering, the first institution, Newcastle, the first civil engineering institution is in England. So you have this really historic roots for engineering in England per se. So you won't get that anywhere else. Well, with Newcastle, it's the only issue I have with the city. I love the city. I'm a big Newcastle United fan, so if you love football in general, it's a big football hub. The only problem you could face, if you're like me, is very nightlife oriented, clubbing, drinking. It's not my thing, but if it's your thing, I think you'd enjoy it here. But of course, the other activities, you could do volunteering. There's Nest organizations and similar ones. If you fancy chess, want to drop by with the Chess Society, you might find me there. So yeah, there is some range, but sadly it's skewed more to the nightlife aspect of it. It took me a bit to just actually understand how the social interactions happen. The first year, I just had one or two friends who I had interactions with. Other than that, I was going to university and coming back home, having lunch, food. The only form of entertainment or leisure activity I had was going to the cinema. The trick is to find what you find fun, what's fun for you. So once you manage to find that, and you know what are your interests, you'll find like-minded people. It's always hard when you start from scratch. You don't have your friends, your family friends, high school friends. You have to start from all over, trying to make connections. You have to put yourself out there. It's a bit vulnerable in a way, exposing what you like, what you don't like. I think, personally, I think I've gained a better objective look, an unbiased look to things. Well, I don't know if it's because of me staying here or just my degree, the way we think as engineers, find the problem, try to find the solution. Socially, and it made me more comfortable with I'm able now to talk publicly better, interact with people. I feel more comfortable with my skin. I think these are one of the things that when you're traveling outside of your home, outside of family and friends, you're out of your comfort zone. You're forced to adapt. You either adapt or you genuinely struggle. I have a lot of mates who couldn't handle staying abroad. They had to go back to their families. So it is it's a struggle to survive in a way. It was a bit lonely at first. It took me a while until I managed to make a group of friends, who interests similar to mine. They don't drink, they don't do stuff. It's a bit hard at first, but then you manage to do it. Well, NEST is a Northeast Solidarity teaching, so we mainly teach refugees and people who need help. Really, you get to see real struggles, real strife, and puts a perspective in your problems. Other than the humanitarian aspect of it, it's a good place to meet people. A person who's going to wake up 9 a.m. to go help someone English is probably going to be a nice person. So it's a good place if you want to meet nice people. The first year I had the foundation year, now I'm a second year. So the first year I spent Ramadan back home, so it wasn't an issue. But last year it was tough. Ramadan is a family event, and especially after Eid. So yeah, I spent it with one or two friends. It was enough for me, but it was still hard, without your family. We had to make our own entertainment. We gathered around. We forced ourselves to sit together and make this family vibe. But that's maybe the only issue, especially from our backgrounds as Muslims. There will be many distractions, but it's really good that you really understand why you're here, what are your plans afterwards, and don't forget to have fun. And you have to learn what is fun for you. It's hard at first. It might seem simple. I know how to have fun, but it's not. It takes time to realize that.